What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. You guys, right now we're at about, what is it, 532? 532 and 30 cents. We're going places, man. We are going places. With last week's close, right here, we actually closed above this weekly closing high right here. So that in itself signaled that we wanted to go higher. If we look at the daily, we actually yesterday just closed above this daily closing high as well, with significant volume, with above average volume, pretty significant relative to this range. This to me is classified as a breakout candle. That's what we're doing right now. Now in the position we're in, we want to make sure we don't get a fake out. We want to make sure we don't get that fake out signal. So essentially what we need to do is not close a day below this daily high here, below $502 essentially. Keep going. Keep going higher. We can consolidate right here. We can be boring for the next couple days or so, sure, and then move higher. But I'd like to see us keep going, just so the risk of going below this line, faking out, and then potentially going all the way down, even below $400, potentially lower than that even, goes out the window. Inevitably, I would expect that we go higher, but just, I think I speak for all of us, all the Dragon Riders out there. Shout out to the Dragon Riders one last time, that we want higher now. We want to go higher now. For anybody asking, is it too late to get into Bitcoin Cash? Because I know I'll get those questions. I get them every time, especially when we're on the move like this. The answer is no, it's not too late. Though you are late to the party. Absolutely, you're late to the party. If we take it from a low to a current price, you've missed out on about a 6x so far. But don't worry, I bought in like most of my stuff like right around here, probably a little bit lower than that. But I'm only at a 2.5x. Of that 6x in itself, so don't worry. We're not all perfect, man. It's okay. We're at 531 right now. I think by the end of this cycle, Bitcoin Cash itself could be above 13K, which would put you from here at about a 25.5x. But I really do think that we're going to break 20K, which would give you about a 39x. So are you too late for Bitcoin Cash? Absolutely not. There's a lot of growth to go, and I do think we're going to go there. Hold on. There we go. I want to go back to the daily now. Looking at the daily. Let's see here. The immediate price targets that we're looking for, with how this fib looks, with how good we broke above the 618 on the second attempt. We've closed above the 886 yesterday. I think we're going to $600 to $700 soon. Like very, very soon. We genuinely, guys, by the end of today, 18 hours and 50 minutes from now, by the end of today, we could be above $600 in price. We could even be as high as about $700. And by the end of this move, before we see some kind of consolidation phase again, we might be all the way up at $800 to $900, somewhere in that range, roughly. Just above 900, just below 800, stuff like that. Bitcoin Cash, man, is a frisky thing. It does like to move up fast, and then it likes to consolidate slowly and be boring for a number of days, weeks, whatever, and then it moves up very fast. And we can see that. I mean, that's kind of been the attitude of this cycle so far. I do expect that not every single time we move up it'll look just like this, right? You might have times like this. You might have times like this. It might be different than anything that we've seen on the charts so far. But I mean, for most of this thing's existence, you can see that it definitely does like to move up fast. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I think we are in the middle of a move up right now. So we're at 531. It might sound crazy, but genuinely speaking, by the end of today, we could be up above $600. And just to put that in perspective, from the current price to about 600, because it's actually just below 6. Let's put the fibs back on there. High to low to the 1272. It's about a 12, almost a 13% increase. To the 1618 is about a 31% increase from here. So is it too late for Bitcoin Cash? Absolutely not, man. You could make a 31% gain in a day. Absolutely not. It's not too late. I'm not saying that it will happen in a day. I'm just saying right now, guys, we are breaking out. We are showing strength. We're overbought. We're doing all these things. We got volume increasing. We're above the 886. The next stop is the 1272 to the 1618. It could be today, if not by the end of the week that we're up at these levels. Now I want to look at BCH versus BTC, and then we'll wrap this bad boy up. Okay. BCH, BTC. Looking at it on the weekly. Here we are. above the 123 moving average For the first time ever in Bitcoin Cash's history, we're above it. And also for the first time ever in Bitcoin Cash's history, it's looking like we want to get 2 green weeks in a row to close above it, which would just be phenomenal. Be very, very phenomenal. We still have 4 days left, so let's just see how it goes. Might be counting my chickens before they hatch, but if we look at the RSI, we bounced right off the oversold zone. Very bullish signal. We bounced right off of the 50 area and we're up already. Are we in the bullish area of control? Yes, we are. Technically, we are. For the time being. On a daily perspective, we do have a higher high. It's not bearish divergence. It just depends on how today closes. We do have the potential to go lower from here for sure. Let's just see though. I don't know, man. That's a clean. That looks good. Like right now on the BCH BTC pair, this looks like we want to move up to just below 1% to just above 1%. If not higher. If we look at this thing on a weekly and we take the range for what it's worth, this high to low here, come on now. If we can close above this 618, we're looking at significantly higher targets actually, 1.35 to 1.8, maybe even higher than that percent. MHAT, I know you're asking when we're going to go to 1%. The answer is soon. It could be today, dude. It could be tomorrow, it could be next week or the week after, but soon, man. We're going there very soon. And I think we're in the midst of a move. We're in the beginning of a move that will take us up to these extensions. Don't believe me? Let's check out the fib ribbon, or not the fib ribbon, the MA ribbon. I got my mind on the fibs, man. So this is a moving average ribbon here. It had a false cross up, just to be met with a false cross down. We're looking like we want to flip it bullish again. We are doing things that we've never done in Bitcoin Cash's history, man. I really, really do think, I really believe, in my heart, in my soul, we're working our way up here. And when this ribbon crosses, it's going to give us the oomph. It's going to give us the fuel to the fire to move us up there. And we're going to have our very first ever, I'm going to go back now, back in time before the ribbon. Bitcoin Cash's first ever sustained higher high and higher low. I'll show you what I mean. Right? Because this chart is abysmal. People will talk about it all the time. They'll be like, you're talking about Bitcoin Cash, but this thing's only lost value versus Bitcoin. Yes, it has. Absolutely it has. All we've had is lower lows with higher highs, or we've gotten higher lows but lower highs, or we've gotten lower highs but higher lows technically, right? And I mean, we've just never had the two go together where we've had higher lows and higher highs. And if this happens the way that I'm thinking it's going to happen, we're going to see a 1272 extension to a 1618 extension somewhere up here, if not higher. That would give us Bitcoin Cash's first ever higher high and higher low scenario. That would say exactly what I've been saying since this low here, exactly what a lot of us have been saying for a while now, is that Bitcoin Cash is doing things differently this cycle than it ever has done before. That means that the downtrend is broken. Right? The downtrend is broken. If it is a long established downtrend, that means that when it's broken, it's probably not going to end as soon as it's broken. It's probably going to, we're going to retrace. We're going to have a standard retracement. And what would that look like? From high, let's go on the monthly. From high to low, the minimum, the absolute minimum that I would expect would be all the way up at 2.2%. But what I'm looking for is the golden ratio, the 61869 area. And that would be between 6.87 to 9.72%. Somewhere in that range is where I think BCH is going versus BTC by the end of the cycle. And that makes a lot of sense for a few different reasons, right? If we put some lines here, right at the 618, right at the 69, take away the fib, you can see resistance point here, support point here, right? Resistance point there, support point there. It is a significant area nonetheless, and beyond all that, it's the golden ratio. It's the golden zone itself, the white zone, which is meant for loading and unloading only. We're going to unload up there, man, and not into BTC probably into, I'll probably be unloading into dollars, but I know that's blasphemous to some people, especially the BCH community, but that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, at a bare minimum, man, BCH versus BTC, we're due for a standard retracement, which would again at least be the 382. We're doing things differently than we ever have done before, and I don't think with the kind of scenario that I'm talking about that we would stop there. I very much do think that we'll go up there. I don't think that we'll see extensions based off this move. This is a percentage thing, right? So I don't think BCH is going to be worth 1.6 Bitcoins or 8.4 Bitcoins. These extensions aren't really worth looking at in my opinion, but these percentage points are. And also in mind with that, it's going to be a lot harder to see these golden ratios than it would be on like a standard price chart, just to kind of keep that in mind. But it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense to go there. If we take this high here to this low, we've got our extensions there as well. 1272 to the 1618. The 1414 and the 1618 literally line up right with those areas. So I don't know. There's a lot pointing up there. One more thing. Did I pause the music? I did. Okay. I don't even know if I had the music on in the beginning. Yeah, man. That'd be awesome. On a weekly basis, it looks like we're about to flip this ribbon to the green side, right? It looks like we're about to flip it to the upside is what I should say. And that generally will mark a trend, a new trend upwards, right? We've been trying to do it. We had a false cross here, met with a false cross to the downside. Will this be the real deal? I think it will, man. I really do think it will. I want to take this chart actually and go to the BCH USD chart now that we have the ribbon on there. I mean, it looks so strong, man. The daily, beautiful. Dipped into it, held it. Nice, very nice. Looking like it wants to expand. The 4 hour looks very bullish. The 1 hour itself, we came down and we literally like tipped it, and now we're moving up higher, hopefully. With this ribbon, anytime you're below it like this, but your yellow line's above, you look for this kind of pinch, and if it can sustain, especially if you get a move where you're below the ribbon itself and then you close above it, that tends to be like the precursor for a very big move up, something like that. And that's what you saw, right? Similar thing here. You were in the ribbon and then you closed above it and then you got a big move up, right? Below the ribbon here, closed above it, that was a precursor for a big move up. Let's look at the monthly chart. Has crossed, the yellow line has crossed this slightly less yellow line before, and we're doing that now. The thing is, man, the last time that we did this, it was toward the end of the cycle. We're well in the beginning of the cycle now, right? This is May 2021. That was a whole year after the halving. We are essentially about a month before the BTC halving itself, right? The BCH halving, I think, is closer than that, but still, man, pre-halving on both accounts versus post-halving here, I think we have a lot of growing to do. We might, and I'm saying we might, we very likely will flip this monthly ribbon to the upside. And I'm just getting caught up in all the little things right now, man. All that to say, I say little things, actually the big things, but the more immediate stuff, those are things that are going to take a lot of time to develop. We'll have plenty more time to talk about them as time goes on. But high to low here, the only thing that I really want to focus on is $600 to $700. And when is that going to happen? It could happen today. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen the next day. It could happen the next day. But I do think that by the end of this week, we will likely be above this line. We'll be above $600. So that's all I got for you guys. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. I very much do appreciate all of you for coming. Thank you very much. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.